Like this past October, we had like no blockbuster horror stuff at all.
Yeah.
It had already all been. Not even throughout the whole year, there wasn't anything. I don't think.
Yeah. What was the biggest thing? Like the Outlast 2.
The biggest thing was like Soma, and that was the
And that was
October before.
That was an indie title too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not find Soma scary at all.
Man, it creeped me the fuck out.
Makes me sad. I think it's
I
because
just don't like stuff chasing me. I hate it.
Yeah. I think it's just because I need to be able to identify with the character, and he's not real. So I'm like, well, what the fuck's the matter if he dies?
Wait, who? What?
Soma. It's just
Was
consciousness,
that
just a
the
printed
movie one?
consciousness. Don't really
Wait,
care.
what?
He's not alive.
Wow, man. Wow. That's, well, you know, it's open to that interpretation. I'm surprised that that's your interpretation, but wow.
Like, I didn't agree
That's
with
interesting that you
with the
think
arc at
that.
all. I thought the whole fucking project was stupid.
The whole, what? Huh?
The arc
whole
project? Yeah. Like, I did not care about getting the arc into space for all these not real people to be able to carry on their digital lives.
Yeah, I get that point of view.
But to them, they're
nothing.
Like,
I could
it's
unplug it and then
indistinguishable.
they wouldn't know if
It's
I unplugged it,
indistinguishable,
though.
though.
Like, if I unplugged it, they would just cease to exist
Okay,
all at
well,
once.
You wouldn't know if somebody detached your spinal cord. I don't understand.
It's not the same.
Why?
Is it not?
How is it not the same?
Because we're not living in the Matrix. Or if we are, it's so good that, you know...
It's not the same because they don't have a flesh computer,
Right.
and we do.
Yep. They were a flesh computer before. If they had been always that, then sure. But
That's the whole point of it, though, is that he doesn't know that.
he realizes it well before the end of the game, though. And once I realized I was dead, I just kind of didn't care.
That's bizarre. That's how bizarre. You weren't interested in the problems that presents at all.
No. I was really bored by that game. And not scared ever.
Holy shit. Wow. Okay. I mean, it's a psychological horror. Like, how about the parts where, like, did you play all the way through it?
Yeah, no, it's on my channel. It's still going up right now, actually.
I know, but I just wanted to. I wanted to make sure I wasn't spoiling something for you.
Oh no, yeah, no. I mean, I played it.
I guess I should know that you mentioned the arc. Like you didn't think anything about the part where he has to switch bodies. In effect, he just kills himself.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't kill himself. He wasn't alive. He's just copying from one computer to the next.
I don't want to get into
That's
the show so much.
weird, dude.
'Cause
That's
it's
so
still
weird.
new. But, like, how do you feel about shit like Westworld?
I haven't watched the first episode of Westworld.
Oh shit. Okay.
Don't bother.
Well, I mean, I know that they're a bunch of computers. I'm not gonna get attached to them. They're a bunch of AI.
That is so bizarre. That is just really bizarre.
I mean, so if you buy an Amazon Echo, would you feel like Alexa's like your friend?
That's not the same.
If
all.
the technology got better, would it be?
Yeah, it would be different.
consciousness, yeah.
It would be different. Yeah, I mean, if that's the Turing test, is basically what you're talking about. But I mean, what the game is presenting is the presumption is it's a world where they can take somebody's consciousness and perfectly reproduce it on electronics.
Right.
So
They can do it like
that's
12
the
times.
assumption you're starting with. So for the consciousness, it is indistinguishable from being in an organic brain to being in a machine. And if you accept that, which you clearly don't, then it's like, well, okay, so what makes that not a person? How
Is it the
that
same
different?
though? Like whenever you bring that one dude back, he's like freaking out. Whenever his reality changes and he realizes he is in a simulation, he doesn't want to accept it because it's a simulation. It's not the real world. He knows it. You have
doing some shit, by the way.
You have to
Right.
you have to convince him that he's not in a simulation for him to accept it. and talk to you.
Right. Yeah.
So
No, yeah.
it's obviously not the same.
Well, no, that doesn't. I don't think that means.
Dominator, just resubscribe or just subscribed.
The thing is that he's
Resubscribed for 8
having
months,
an emotional reaction. So the same part
and I
is
think
the
that's all of
the
them. If I miss one, I'm sorry.
consciousness, not the. You know what I mean? Like, it's a copy of the person, not necessarily. I don't know how to explain it.
But if you were alive and you went in and you got your brain scanned, so you agree with the people that killed themselves afterwards, so there wouldn't be two copies of themselves?
I don't have an answer for that, actually. I find it to be existential horror, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's impossible to answer. It's like, that's why I brought up the part where he ends up killing himself when he switches bodies, because he doesn't realize what he's doing. I don't have an answer for that. I don't know what's right to do. If killing the old you, basically what the question is does killing the old you, which is basically what you just asked me, validate the new copy as the one? Like, this is the Simon, right?
Well, no, it's not.
Right. Well, but it's up to debate.
I don't think it is.
I think it's not. I think it's two independent people. Then once a copy is made, like twins are like a copy of a person, and each of them are valid individual people. So if you copy someone electronically, it's like a twin. It's almost like diverging realities, like a parallel universe in a way. It kind of smacks of that, because you have a person whose existence you have two Simons have a shared existence all the way up until the point that the copy is made, and then it's split and they have different realities from then on, right? It's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. I don't know. I like psychological horror though, so maybe I'm just more willing to accept the concept.
I mean, I like
that.
psychological horror too, but I also like there to be a risk. There wasn't a risk. He died in 2014. His story ended back then.
There was a risk though, if you accept that he is a consciousness. He's a consciousness that has feelings and fears. He didn't. I mean, he's a copy, but he didn't want to die.
But he can die. That was the thing.
But that's, you see, the I guess just the difference between my view and your view is I accept that he is as an entity, a being that feels emotion, and so I can empathize with that. I can empathize with something that has emotions.
So did you have trouble
And
killing
he
all the
clearly
computers that
did.
were still like that thought they were people? I just ripped all their I ripped them off the walls.
I did feel bad. Like the very first one you encounter, I think people will remember that I felt bad. I said, oh, I didn't know I was doing that. I didn't. In fact, every single time that happened and I accidentally murdered a computer, but I didn't realize what I was doing, I didn't realize I was causing them pain at first, I felt remorse afterwards. Because I realized, oh shit, it's not just a machine. It had feelings, and I was murdering it.
Yeah, you were hurting it. Yeah.
That's how I felt about it. Yeah.
See, I thought that, the way I look at it, those feelings are they're not real.
Wow.
Dang.
How do you know,
Oh
though?
shit, where'd my auger go?
Like, there's no way for you to know.
Well, I have a computer.
So that-
It doesn't have any feelings.
Well, no, it's not even close.
Not yet.
It's not even close.
I feel like when you say that though, that's like saying that you don't grasp the whole concept. I mean, not to be rude. I'm sorry. That sounded really shitty. I don't mean that as shitty as it sounded, but like, if you had a computer that fully replicated every single aspect of human consciousness, including the ability to feel emotions and pain, how is that different from us?
I think
if
it's completely
a computer
different.
that just emulates a brain.
It's something that we created. It's not natural. It's not a natural creation. It's something that we programmed
Is it not
and through
natural?
machine learning or whatever. It's just like it's not the same to me.
But I
Okay,
feel like once it has the
so-
ability to think for itself, though, that's where it's.
Wait. You watch Doctor Who, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the library episode. You thought that was just bullshit?
You're gonna have to give me more information than just saying the
Like,
library.
the little girl in the library.
I don't remember
That,
what this one is
yeah,
either.
it's
Is that the one where he's like
lights.
imprisoned or whatever?
Oh, it's my favorite episode?
Yeah, it's your favorite episode. Who turned out the lights? When he first meets River Song as David Tennant.
I love that one.
They're in the planet that is a library.
Right.
Donna
And you
Noble
just
gets
there's like
saved.
kind of floating there or whatever. Yeah, I don't remember all the details of that though.
Well, basically, they knew she was gonna die, so they uploaded her to the computer, and like her reality.
Oh yeah.
Was
I
the-
do remember that. Yeah, no, I didn't really care.
Wow.
I don't know. That's weird. But you're welcome to your interpretation, of course, so it doesn't matter, I suppose. I mean, that's the whole thing, is that not everybody is going to agree on that, and that's what makes it an interesting topic. I guess it just
Gafgan,
seems
subscribe.
it's hard for me.
Thank you,
like
Gafgan. I appreciate that.
I accept that concept so freely, or so naturally, I guess, that encountering somebody who totally rejects it 100% is like jarring. I feel like I just been in a car wreck in a sort of weird way, because it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, I didn't think anybody would think that. You know what I mean?
Huh. All right. Yeah. No, I just I don't know.
It's interesting.
I don't
I'm
have any
not condemning
emotions
that
for like the movie The Matrix. Like, I don't have emotions for those people. I mean, the only computer versions, like the people that are obviously plugged in and are in the Matrix. You know, their body is powering their consciousness. But the ones that are just programs, I don't give a fuck about them.
Well, interestingly, I kind of felt the same about those as
Why?
you do, because of how they were presented. So, in the next two movies, the second and third one, they come up with some that are like, they do the little family of programs, and they have, one of them's a daughter.
Yeah,
That's where they start to cross over into, okay, well, so they're emotional then. But all the ones they present before that, like the Oracle, the agents. Wait, are there any others? Are there others?
No, I think that's about it. I mean, and
I think that's it. Yeah, they're pretty like.
so you have to have an
Programming.
emotional attachment. So like if
architecture,
they're like a
that kinda
cute
shit.
kitty, that it makes more, it matters more.
No, not that they're cute to me, but that they have some
Well-
indication of having emotions.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, the whole thing is that they're not free will conscious. Like, they're not computers that evolved into consciousness. They still have a scripted. They're
Right,
scripted
right.
programs.
Yeah. That's the way they come across in the Matrix.
I mean, machine
1.
learning is going to be a script at its very basicness. You know, like it all
Sure.
starts
Yeah, but
with
so
something
are we,
that
though.
human created. We're not a
Yeah, but
script.
eventually
We're not a
it'll-
program. We're not something that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up for
DNA
debate.
not our programming.
It's up for debate. That's the thing, is like there's a lot of stuff that we aren't sure about ourselves in terms of why we choose to do certain things.
I feel like it usually boils down to belief in a soul or not.
No,
that's-
not necessarily. I mean, that's definitely a factor for some people. I think that if you believe in souls, then I think that accepting a machine as being a valid being would be much harder, or maybe even impossible. Right? Because how does a machine get a soul? But setting souls aside, the whole thing that we are like organic machines, and we have organic programming of DNA and so on and so forth, is super up for debate, because we really don't have any hard answers on any of that at all. I mean, we have some ideas. There's a lot of hypotheses, but I think neuroscience is one of the things that's the most sort of undiscovered. One of the last really super undiscovered things is like how the human brain actually works and why we do what we do. But there are a lot of weird things that we do that seem to indicate we have almost like an algorithmic nature about us that we kind of just do subconsciously.
Yeah, like I always interpret all that shit as it's just like a very highly detailed code, you know, like.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, the thing is I think about organisms that are a lot less complex and how they robotically go about doing things. And also, the other thing that's pretty convincing to me is the fact that we have a lot of things that our body does that we have no control over. That's just automatic stuff like that. There's got to be some sort of information somewhere in our bodies, probably our brains, of course, that says like this is how many times the stomach has to, pump to move the food along or whatever. Like, there's got to be some sort of logic to all of that keeps it functioning, right?
Well, there's a lot of stuff like that, like, baby scripts and stuff like that left over from.
Oh yeah, like the instinctual things we do.
Yeah, and I mean, like, if you think, hell, looking at a lot of animals, a lot of them are just like born with shit that they're not taught.
For anybody who doesn't know what the baby grips thing is that she just mentioned, that's a thing where babies have this really interesting and instinctual kind of like automatic grip thing that they do where they will just grab onto like a bar or your arm or a finger and they'll hang from it completely, which I think the hypothesis or whatever is that it's for like when we were living in trees more or something, like possibly to catch a branch. I'm not sure what the current thoughts are on why that is. But yeah, there's no hard answers on any of that stuff, so it's really nobody can be right or wrong.
We weren't created by a guy sitting around programming. That's what I'm talking about. Elon Musk didn't cook us up, and that's what those are. And so I don't have feelings for them.
I'm not trying to convince you otherwise. I totally accept that you just have a different view on it. Absolutely.
Oh well, let's talk about happier things.
Was that unhappy?
Well,
how is that unhappy?
Yeah.
Are you sad that I don't care about the machines?
Now.
No, I'm not annoyed.
Like,
sorry if I sound annoyed. I was just
you're
saying.
just
I'm
like,
just like. I mean, there's nothing. I guess I was trying to make it clear that there's no way you could ever convince me to have feelings for a machine. But that's just me.
Now I desperately want you to like fall in love with one of those like doll things, like the like
be a doll boy.
To, like become your maid.
Oh,
just be like, I hired her for the cleaning and run away with my feelings.
Have you ever watched that documentary, the one where it just follows the doll boys? Oh man, those poor guys.
That's
I feel really
shit, man.
that I feel sorry for. I feel so sorry for those guys.
I don't know what you're talking about now.
There's guys that, I mean, you're basically talking about them. Guys that buy those fucking dolls from Japan, and that they dress them every morning, and they're their wives basically. They go to movies with them,
yeah.
and they have fucking little groups like the clown groups, but for doll boys.
Like clown groups. For doll boys.
Do they have doll auctions?
They probably do have doll
I
auctions. God, can you imagine being the relative of that, having to deal with that shit after someone dies? Oh, fuck, what are we going to do with his wife? I mean, his doll. I mean, do we care about the doll? Can we just incinerate the fucking doll? It's still got his his semen in it.
Sermon. It's got a sermon in it.
It's got to preach
oh,
to
Lord.
us.